but nonetheless, it still surged quite a bit back then, and those prices on the surge were phenomenal. Because if you catch the right one, then you know that day was going to be a darn good day, right? So, what have you figured out that screen sharing thing on your end, Tony?
What I was gonna say, I think it's on your end because I believe you did it before, where it allow you to share it. I turned my share thing off, so you should have ability to be able to share what it is you want the public to see.
Gotcha. I'm working it right now.
Hmm.
Okay. They want me to upload. I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to do is share my screen and entire screen. Boom. Yeah, I'm working it out right now. So
Oh,
it's
it's all good. While you're working that out, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna also talk about um, the Uber Lyft policies to their drivers, and some of my disappointment. I had this recently. I picked up a driver. I'm sorry, I picked up a passenger a couple of days ago. This is September the 15th, 2025. This is later on in the evening, about 8:30. She was a female in the car and things like that. And it was like I was conversating. I had a conversation with someone else, and make a long story short, she reported me in the car for being discrimination towards her. Now, mind you, she's a black female, just like I'm a black male. So, and then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you, read to you guys what I said to Uber. I'm sorry, with Lyft as well. So not Uber, but Lyft, because there's things I always have heard this. When it come down to accusations, Lyft does not. They really do not go to bat for the drivers at all, though. So we have all heard that before. But I said, I'm going to read to you real quick. I said, "Dear Lyft support team, I'm writing to express my deep dissatisfaction with Lyft handling the driver support, particularly in a situation involving accusations or complaints from riders direct at drivers. As a dedicated Lyft driver, I have personally encountered and heard numerous accounts from fellow drivers about instances where riders make unfound claims leading to unnecessary investigations or penalties for the drivers involved. It is disheartening to see that Lyft appears to prioritize riders' complaints over driver safety and fairness, even when drivers provide substantial evidence such as dash cam footage. In my experience, and based on stories shared with driver community, right? These accusations can range from minor dispute to more serious allegations, often creating chaos and undue stress for drivers who are simply trying to provide safe and reliable service. So she got where it was a destination. She got there where she needed to go. Despite equipping our vehicle with dash cameras to document rides accurately, it seems that this evidence is frequently deemed insufficient by Lyft's review process. This lack of inadequate support not only undermine drivers' confidence, but it also exposes us to potential risks without proper backing from the company we work for, right? While such incidents may not occur in every ride, not saying that it does, but not in every ride, they're frequently and let's say in inconsistent results in our resolutions process, what we call highlight a systematic issue that needs urgent attention. I believe Lyft has a responsibility to its drivers to implement fair policies such as more thorough reviews and evidence provided by the drivers and a better protection against frivolous claims, right? Without these improvements, many drivers, including themselves, may consider our commitment to the platform. I kindly request a detailed response outlining any steps Lyft is taking to address these concerns and how drivers can better protect themselves, such as in this such situations. Thank you for your time consideration. I look forward to your prompt reply. This is what I sent them. This was the first letter. So Morpheus, this is what I sent Lyft, right? This was the first letter. Since we're going to talk about it, I'm going to get down to it. So that's what I sent them. I'm still waiting on a reply right now because they really deactivated me is what they did. I'm currently deactivated and I need to do a screenshot to show you what a deactivation looks like, right? But go ahead, Morpheus.
Hey, turn your mic down. You clipping on my end.
Okay, got you. All right, there you
So
go.
yeah, that's a pretty good letter.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt you get a response because most of the time on the other end is a non-human or at least a foreign human that does not understand a lot of the lingo language, and they don't drive, so they don't understand that portion of it, even regardless of whether they're foreign or not. They simply don't drive and understand that the passengers have such an entitlement. Not all of them, but quite a few of them do have such an entitlement, as if they're paying for a service of which Uber or Lyft owns your vehicle, and they can dictate how they want the ride to go, regardless of the fact that you're just providing a service. They are a middle party, and they bring the two together, passenger and the driver. But the entitlement has been through the roof many times, many times. So that again, that's a darn good letter. I hope that you get a response from it, and I do want to see the screenshot of what the deactivation looks like.
Okay. Well, in that case,
If you get
yeah,
to it today, great. If
sure.
not, if
Hmm.
you want to pop it up on the screen, I'll back out of sharing my screen and let you take over.
You know what? Go ahead and keep sharing your screen. In fact, I don't even. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and share yours. Let me put it on here. That's your screen right here.
Okay.
All right. So what you need to do? Oh yeah, there we go. All right. That's your screen right here.
See here. Okay, so here let's take a breakdown here. I got some screenshots over various days, and to the left you see this one here, our Grand River area. So folks know, excuse me, we're in the Metro Detroit area, and this trip came about right here. That's almost $50, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was less than 3 minutes away, going to somewhere on Lapeer Road in Davison, Michigan,
Mm.
and it was at 6:37 p.m. All
Okay.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question I have for you, my man, would you have taken this trip? If so, why? If not, why?
Okay, so this is a 3 minute pickup right here, and this is an hour and 13 minutes to Davison. I've been there before. No, I would not have done this trip. I'm gonna tell you that off the bat because even though it's 3 minutes away, but look at the destination. This is like 44.2 miles, 49. This is like roughly $50. Even if they would have tipped, it's not even a guarantee what they would tip, even if they would have tipped. And things like that. This wouldn't have been worth my time. But there's drivers out there that would have taken this, you know,
Race to the bottom.
race to the bottom. Yeah, but I would not have taken that because this is amount of time out of my way distance for the ride. I don't live in Davison,
And
you know.
so to add on to that, the reasons why I wouldn't take it is the time is 6:37. So in the evening. So chances are you're hitting rush hour traffic on, I believe you're going to be taking 75 north to get there. Then on top of that, possibility of accidents in that traffic. And the most important one of all, you got to spend an hour plus coming back.
That's right.
So basically, you're doing the trip for $25 each way because the chances of someone coming back from Davison and that you are able to pick them up is probably one in a million, right? Very rarely does that happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but very rarely does that happen when you can leave your market
Mm-hmm.
and take someone an hour away and catch a ride back, unless they're doing a round trip, But you don't know that in the beginning because it doesn't show that the trip screenshot. So let me move to this next one here. This next one is a comfort ride, and let me tell you what a comfort ride is. A comfort ride is a newer model vehicle, usually a sedan or SUV, on a mid-level to higher tier. And with the comfort, the passenger can request things like cool temperature or hot, quiet or soft music, not much conversation. They can put that in the notes. And so they pay extra for that. But in this particular case, as you see, $7.77, you're going to go 13 minutes. That's about 6 miles away to pick them up, to take them almost 5 miles. Back in the day before they started with this playing with the payouts and the race to the bottom, this comfort ride would have paid every bit of probably close to $15 because you're getting a newer vehicle, you're getting all these amenities, and you get to somewhat dictate how you want the cabin inside in terms of the temperature and all that good stuff. But now you see that price right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right off the bat, I don't take trips like this. When it's even Stevens, I pass. And I pass because you're paying for luxury and you want to dictate how the luxury ride goes. I'm not doing that with you.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you totally on this particular ride here. Yeah.
All right. So our next one here is another comfort. And it's about the same. So I won't go back over the same thing, but it's pretty much about the same for the same price, right?
Yeah.
And on top of that is pretty much rush hour traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was another pass. And the reason why I pass on it is because,
Ooh. Ooh.
yeah, it's good, it's decent money, but
Uh-uh.
for the short period of time, but
Mm.
you're paying for extra. And Lyft and Uber, they're going to take that extra money and
Mm.
charge them because I promise you, every bit of that
Right.
ride that says 750, they probably charge them 25 to $30 for it,
Right. Exactly.
right? Now
Yep.
check this one out. What do you think about this one?
Well, um, 8 minutes to pick them up at East Point,
Mm-hmm.
and then 43 minutes to drop them off in New Baltimore. We both know where that is,
Oh yeah,
but it's also a multi trip too. So there's a few things here I'm not liking. And this can be problematic at night if you don't have good eyesight, because you would mistakenly click this ride thinking that it's like, okay, it's close by. There's been times where, even for myself, that I accidentally hit this. In the daytime, I can see it very, very well, and things like that. So, yeah, I would not. This is not a good ride at all. It's not a good ride, and yeah, it's not. It's just not a good ride. And like we said, 43 minutes in New Baltimore. I got 40 minutes. I'd be lucky to get a ride back out of there, back to my original destination or close to home is what I'm trying to say. So, and I never like multi stops anyway. I just always ignore
agreed. I don't take multi stops, and I'll tell you this: if you set it up as a single stop and I accepted it, and I'm on my way to get you, and you change it to a multi stop, I immediately cancel because I do not care. I will cancel and I go to the next one because Lyft and Uber, they make bank off these multiple stops, but the driver makes very little.
That's
and it's
correct.
not worth it. Not worth you going into Piggly Wiggly and grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff while I sit and wait. That's not that's not at all worth it.
Right.
The other thing that I did mention earlier, you see this rating right here, verified
Yes.
4.90.
Yep.
So we have filters on our apps, especially with Uber, where you can set the filter to not go below a certain rating. See, passengers may not know that they get ratings, but they know we get ratings, but they also get ratings. And the thing about a passenger's rating, when you see a low rating, I've seen ratings under 4.0, and I don't take anything less than a 4.8. So I have a fairly decent chance of you being a pretty good passenger, because anybody below a 4.8, in my opinion, not so good of a passenger, because that many drivers can't be wrong. Drivers may take 10, 20 rides a day or more. So their rating is going to fluctuate. But a passenger is not taking 20 rides a day. So their rating is pretty consistent on the fact that these drivers gave them the rating. So this was a 4.9. If it had not been a multi-stop and this number was closer to this number, then I probably would have took it,
Right.
depending, because it is rush hour traffic.
Yep.
I don't live in New Baltimore, so I probably wouldn't go that way. It's just not worth it. And then the other thing too, with these GPSs, they always take you out of the way to get to your destination. Sometimes it could be faster, but most times it's not.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
You see
Yeah.
anything else about this one?
I think you covered everything on this particular one. Like you said, most people wouldn't even take a 4.90.
Well, no, anything lower than the 4.8,
That's
because
true.
that's about the threshold.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is. You're absolutely right, though.
that's
That's
about the
actually my rating.
threshold. So,
That's actually
passenger,
my rating.
you, yeah, your rating is. But you see, the good thing about drivers' rating, they fluctuate quite often. You know, it
Hmm.
just takes a month or two, and your rating to shoot back up.